made you cry. But the rules change up, but would they still apply? If I played you like a toy, sometimes I wish I did act like, why you getting mad? Is you mad? Can't handle that. Welcome back to another installment of the Butterfly Diaries podcast. If you're watching me on YouTube right now, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if this is your first time seeing my face, my name is Fairytales, and I'm so happy to have you here. But we're gonna vibe out a little bit. We're gonna hang out a little bit, right? Because y'all like this last time. So this song is called "I Can Wait" by Trip Lee. Okay. You don't know my name, but your phone about to blow up. No what? No cocaine. Run no game. Cause getting on hold up. Need to know ya. Take you on a soul roller coaster. Take it slower. You know homies know me, they know. Hey, they know. I don't get lonely, they know. You the one to know. What you did ain't been done before. You say you wanna wait, I know. And the minutes ain't patient, no. Well, you know, baby girl, hold up, where we going now? I know you ain't really trying to take it there. Hey. My fire is hot, I wanna take it there. And you and me really trying to take you there. Well, you can ask me where I got that. Same place where you got that. It's gonna be hard, but we got that. You look so good, but damage your heart, man. I wish I would. I'm a god that. Hello, butterflies. Hello, it is your host, Fairytales. Welcome back to another episode of the Butterfly Diaries podcast. I am so excited about this episode. It's gonna be one for the books, I'm telling you that. And not only that, but I'm definitely gonna do probably a part 2 and a part 3 on this, because I do want a few different inputs, and I do want a few different viewpoints on it. So the title of this podcast is Dear Diary, No More Fairy Tales. And it was really inspired throughout this whole week. I've been listening to a lot of different podcasts, well, this week and last week as well. I've been listening to, as you guys can see, my notes, for those of you who are watching it on YouTube. I lost my train of thought. Hold on one sec. Okay, back. So I do want a lot of different inputs and a lot of different viewpoints, because I've been studying this topic since last week. So remember, you guys get a video every 2 weeks and a pod every 2 weeks. So from last week to this week, I've been studying this topic, and it is the topic of purity culture. Okay, purity culture. Okay, all right. Purity culture is it's the culture in the church that talks about waiting for marriage and finding the right one and your soulmate and the person that God has for you. Now, I'm not saying that no one is destined to be married. Everyone is destined to do and be something. I just don't like when it is being pushed on us in a way that is unhealthy and literally ungodly. We have Christian people, especially Christian young men, who are out here spreading the purity culture gospel and giving us this false sense of understanding when it comes down to marriage and relationships. So I really wanted to break it down, because the truth is, it ain't no fairy tale. Marriage is a ministry, point blank, period. And it's not meant for everyone. Like, many ministries are not meant for everyone. Not everyone is meant to be an evangelist. Not everyone is meant to be a pastor. Not everyone is meant to be a missionary, right? Everybody has their own calling, their own walk. And marriage is not, let's just be honest, it's not for everyone. If you feel you are called to be married, you desire a spouse, and you desire a helpmate, and you desire God to give you somebody in your life, I want to encourage you to do the work that needs to be done. And we'll be breaking this down. This is why I say I want it to be, it's too broad of a subject to put all into one episode. So today is just introducing this whole topic, and I want to get some conversation started on it too, so that way we can have a little bit more fun with it. But I do want to do a part 2 and a part 3, so I'm hoping to have a guy on part 2, and on part 3 I am still working on getting a special guest on for the part 3 series. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a female, because I do want another female's opinion on it, but I also want an episode where I have a male that I trust, that has understanding on this marriage and relationships topic. So I'm still working on figuring out which one of my close friends I'm gonna have on. So if you're watching it now, it's gonna be one of y'all in my tribe. So I'm still trying to figure out who. But in long story short, this is going to be a very broad discussion topic, a very broad episode, because I really just kind of want to hit some points, so that way you guys get an idea where we're going forward. Butterflies, and the reason why I'm talking about No More Fairy Tales, and I'm saying Dear Diary, No More Fairy Tales, is because, quite honestly, I'm done daydreaming and wishing and wanting and desiring and praying for a spouse based off of the expectations of the church, the expectations of what I think is biblical, the expectations of what I desire, and not truthfully praying for a helpmate, somebody that is biblically sound, the things that I need going forward in my life. Because now that I am almost 30 years old, I know I don't look like it, right? I don't look nothing like it, but it's okay. It's a blessing, right? And sometimes a curse, because I still get carded, but you know what? Let me not even say that, because that's a whole blessing within itself. Okay, but and I get confused with my nephews too. So when I go out with my nephews, right, and my nieces, they think I'm a kid too. So I'm just like, no, I'm not a kid. I'm their aunt, okay? Just because they're all 6 foot and I'm the short little 5 foot person doesn't mean, okay, I'm a kid. I'm their aunt, okay? Chill out. I get it all the time when I go out with my nieces and nephews, because they're all like super tall. I'm the short little auntie and I look like a kid. And so I always get like confused as a teenager with them, but it is what it is. But I was just saying, basically, I believe at a crossroad within my own inner being and becoming who Fairy needs to become. And this is all personal, my own personal viewpoint on it. But being raised in purity culture, being praised for being a virgin up until this point, which I think I'm definitely going to do a video on how I maintain my virginity up until this point. Of 27 years old, how I was able to maintain it. But purity culture being taught and being told to me at a very young age, being drilled into me, that, you know, keep your legs closed, you have to wait for the right man, you have to wait for the right guy. God is going to give you a husband, he's going to bless you with a man that is going to be able to meet the needs in which you need for your destiny, for your purpose, and for your calling. Keep your eyes on the prize. So be it. I got it. I trust his will, his way, his promise in my life, which is why I remain walking in this path that I am walking on. I just don't like when other single men are trying to teach on marriage and relationships, and they have no understanding of said marriage or relationships, because they're also still learning. So I would rather take advice. Like, I was listening to Preston Perry today. He had a live, and he was talking about how we should try to be discipled, men and women, Christian men and women should try to be discipled by successfully married people to see what it means to be in a marriage, how it looks to be in a healthy, godly marriage, and to see if this is something we actually want to do. And I completely agree with that advice. I think that singles should not be taking advice from other singles. It's kind of like the blind leading the blind. I think we need to be taking advice from our seasoned couple friends and God and our own pastors as well. The people that can guide us in spirit and in truth and help us understand really our path and our walk. God is so awesome in the way that he surrounds us with the people that we need and in the timing that we need it. A relationship is, nowadays, relationships are, I don't even think they're a thing, to be honest. It's as if situationships are more so a thing than a relationship is. It's more so, well, I like you and I kind of want to be with you, but I don't want to commit to you because I have these reservations. So I'll keep you around for now, and then eventually. Wow. I don't think that's okay anymore. I think that as Christians, as believers, we must seek the understanding of God when it comes down to relationships because of how vital they are to the body of Christ, that we have these healthy, long-lasting relationships as examples for the upcoming generation, and to also show people, look, you can be loved through your pain, through your heartache, through your dark parts by another person in a godly and healthy manner. And build with that person. There's so much glory in the building and the building and the surrounding of the Holy Spirit in such a union where both of you guys came broken into this union, but both of you use God to help build and cultivate one another. Then you see how beautiful that could be. Like, I just feel like there's so much beauty in brokenness. And like I said, this is such a broad subject, and I can go left, right, up, down, all around. But the truthfulness behind it all is that Disney messed us up. Okay? Disney gave us this idea that love is easy. That you just go up and you find your Prince Charming and you go live happily ever after. And it's not like that. Love is not easy. Love comes with its bumps in the road. It comes with its bruises. It comes with the rocks being thrown. It comes with the painful moments. And listening to Preston Perry talk about marriage with his wife, the things they had to do to understand one another, to build with one another, not only them, but sometimes I listen to some other couples that aren't professing Christianity, but they are great examples of what a marriage should be in a healthy, communicating type of way. So I listened to this podcast, and he talks about his wife in such a healthy way, how she helped him get to know himself better and how he helped her understand him, and they just both grew out of the concrete together, and now they're just moving forward in this wonderful marriage. And then we have of course Josh and Isi, my favorite YouTubers, but they're such a wonderful example of what a godly relationship should look like. I think there's so many great examples out there in the world for us to follow, and yet we still try to follow these single young men, Christian men, who are trying to tell us, and women who are monetizing and gaining clout and going around doing conferences and making and dropping books and talking about this stuff, and it's really distorting and disrupting the natural design that God has designed marriage and love to be. We look back in the Bible, we see Adam and Eve, and we see how they were the first example. Adam was the first example of God's true love to man, and he gave Adam Eve. And the first thing Adam ever said was a poem to Eve. He spoke to Eve in such a way that it makes sense for us to find discipleship. We must be disciples of Christ. We must first be disciples of God before we even try to reach out for another person. The more that we follow his way, the more we'll be able to see more clearly, the more we'll be able to understand and love through his lens. So the last episode I was talking about how you can love unconditionally, how you don't allow the way that you selfishly want to be loved to dictate the way that you love others. And I think that, once again, love ain't no fairy tale. No more fairy tales. Stop selling us, and I'm speaking for all of the Christian singles that are listening to this. Stop selling us this false, advertised notion that marriage and relationships are easy. Because they aren't. Tell us the truth. Talk to us. We're human. We feel. So when we go in, we don't go in blind. We go with the understanding that this ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna hurt sometimes. We're gonna cry sometimes. But with God, everything will come together the way it's meant to be. If it is meant to be. Now that's another subject, but we're not gonna get down. We're not gonna get down. That's too much. That's too much. I'm already giving too much of what I've got. But I do really want us to dive deep into some things. So I have some homework for you butterflies, and I never do this, but I really want to because I love to get feedback from you guys. I love comments. I love my DMs. I love when you guys are really telling me what you think of my episodes and what you think of what I got to say, because, you know, I just be talking sometimes and I just be saying stuff, you know what I'm saying? But y'all love it because y'all keep coming back, you know. But just let's play. But I do want to know where you guys stand in these three areas. So do you trust yourself in love and heartbreak? And do you have discernment? And also, what is or are your expectations overall, okay, in a relationship? So these are the three questions I want you guys to go ahead and you can rewind, pause, and write them down. I really want you guys to really work on those three questions for me and DM me your answers. Comment below your answer. And I really want to know your take on this, especially on this purity culture topic, because I love God. I love His people. I just wish we had a better way of teaching marriage and relationships to singles, because a lot of us out here struggling for real. And a lot of people figured it out and they ain't sharing no information, and we need it. Okay, we need it. All right, because you get struggling right now. Struggling out. But I know with God, at the end of the day, as I have been promised time and time again, I will find my person. And when I do, y'all gonna be the first to know butterflies for sure in this land. But when I do, the glory that will come out of it will be amazing. And I know that it is going to be so worth the wait. And I want you guys to know that. I want everyone watching and listening to this to know that you're worth the wait. You're worth every second, every minute of prayer, fasting, striving, pushing, whatever you need to do for your day-to-day just sanity. You're worth it. That somebody's gonna see it, all that work you put in, and they're gonna love it every minute, every second, every hour of your time. And yeah, just don't settle for less. You are worth so much more. And to my butterflies who do struggle with knowing themselves and their self-worth, I want you to look in the mirror, look at yourself, and repeat, I'm worthy of love, acceptance, and understanding. Because you are. Simply, we all are. We're all worthy of true love, peace, even if it's within ourselves or with ourselves. And that's where it should begin, within self, to be honest. All of this, everything I'm talking about, love and relationships and marriage and all this good jazz, we can't get there without doing the self-work. Because when you try to enter into it without doing the self-work, then you're just wasting your time. because you're gonna end up dumping and dumping and dumping and dumping unintentionally, not on purpose, but it'll happen. So do the self-work. Love you. You only got one you. Ain't nobody else like you unless you got a twin, but even then, it's just you, man. So love you, love yourself. I love you guys. And I'm thinking maybe this weekend I might do a meditation video for you guys. I might do it live on the podcast page on Instagram. So just look out for the updates on that. And also your merch site is coming up next weekend. We will be dropping your merch site, whoop, 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 just in time for the fall. So you'll be getting your t-shirts, your sweaters, your sweatshirts, your hats, your socks. Yeah. And I'm thinking slides. I'm still thinking about the slides. You think some beanies might be good? I'm thinking beanies. I don't know. I think beanies might be fire. Like, can you imagine beanies on this hair? Shouts out to my hairstylist and my nail tech. Hey. Okay, anyways, y'all. Okay, let's stop. Okay. But butterflies, please remember, you are loved. And there's love all around you, in you, and for you. With that being said, butterflies, I'm signing off. I love you, and I pray that God bless you all week long, and that you could bless somebody with this episode. So butterflies, if you haven't done it already, go ahead, like, comment, share, and subscribe on that YouTube page. And if you are listening to me on the podcast platform, please go ahead and rate, comment, and subscribe for more podcast episodes. I love you guys. Thank you so much for rocking me this far. I love y'all. Y'all already know. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Always fly high. I love you. Have a good one. Okay.